I just bought the Caudabe Veil case for my iPhone 14 Pro and I totally regret buying it.
I am such an idiot.
And here's why. So right out of the box, this case feels incredibly thin and light. It is so thin that you can even fold it like a piece of paper and play paper toss with it. But being this thin does bring along with it some advantages and many disadvantages. So here's the good news. This case doesn't add any extra bulk to my iPhone, as the case wraps all around the sides of the iPhone like a tight glove and it virtually disappears in my hand like magic. But on the flip side though, it is super fragile. It is as fragile as Will Smith's ego.
Oh, wow!
Just look at this. This case cracked open while I was trying to put my iPhone inside the case. Call it self-destruction, you may. Moreover, when I use my iPhone with this case on, it feels like my iPhone will slip off from my hand and fall. It is that slippery. Which is weird though, because this case has a matte-like finish to it and should provide some sort of a grip. Nevertheless, my disappointment doesn't end there. There are no physical buttons in this case. Instead, you get cutouts for volume and power buttons. As a result, these buttons are buried behind the cutouts. So the problem with that is, when I want to increase or decrease the volume, I need to press my finger harder against the sharp edges of the cutout in order to reach the recessed button to register a click. And more often than not, my finger hurts while doing so. But I must admit, I really like the individually drilled holes for the speaker and the microphone.
That's a nice touch.
This is definitely a nice touch. But what really bothers me is that the cutout for the lightning port is small. As a result, third-party cable like the Amazon Basics which I have won't fit properly. Hence my iPhone won't charge properly, and that's a big turn-off. And speaking of turn-offs, this case doesn't offer any built-in magnets for mounting MagSafe accessories like a MagSafe battery pack. But the good news is, since this case is super thin, all your MagSafe accessories will still work, since they will attach to the iPhone's inbuilt MagSafe magnets instead. But here's the bummer. These MagSafe accessories won't stick to your iPhone with substantial force. They fall off so easily. Having said that, the only saving grace for this case is that it has raised ridge around the camera module, which definitely helps protect from scratches, at least. But having used this case for a while, I really don't understand why should I invest on a minimalistic ultra thin case like this ever again over a quality skin from a brand like D brand.
No pun intended.
Both of them have the same drop protection,
Which is 0.
and at least with a skin on, my iPhone will feel more grippy. My Amazon Basics cable will work flawlessly, and on top of that, I don't have to dig into the volume button like a savage.